In this video, I'm going to teach you how to pick out a niche if you're looking to get into the online business world and selling digital products. So the first question you're probably going to get stuck up on is, what industry or what niche should I be in? So in this video, again, we're going to cover 2 questions that you want to ask to figure out your niche and ways to validate your niche to make sure it's actually going to bring success and that you can actually make money selling digital products. And I'm going to give examples at the end of how I use this whole process to get into the niche that I'm in today that is currently selling products in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you stay tuned till the end, you're going to be able to see prime examples from my own business that I'm excited to pull back the curtain and show you guys that I've been working on for the last 10 years. All right, so the first question is, what is a niche? And for this, it's just simply an industry, but then you're gonna refine down even smaller within an industry. So you can think of it like a sub-industry. So for example, fitness would be a large-scale industry, and then your niche would be getting even more detailed than that. So you have muscle building, weight loss, yoga, you have Pilates, and then we can get even more refined into even more of a specific niche by doing something like Pilates for stay-at-home moms. So now we're getting really targeted where we're gonna have a much smaller audience. We've really niched down as opposed to being general and just covering fitness as a general category. So here are 4 reasons why getting specific and niching down can make you more money in the digital product space. Number 1, you'll build brand loyalty. Customers will choose you because you are the expert, you're the specific focus in that niche, as opposed to a general company who's in all kinds of different niches. You seem to be more specialized, so you're gonna build more brand loyalty from your audience. Number 2 is it lowers your marketing costs. By targeting a specific group of people, you're going to have a higher success rate of those people being interested in your products, saving you money on ad spend. You're not marketing to a general audience. You're going to have a more specific audience. So you're going to be able to get a better return on investment on your marketing spend. Number 3, it allows you to show you are the expert. You get real specific on a certain topic. It shows you're the person to go to learn. You're the expert. You're the authoritative figure in that space, as opposed to a much larger website that tries to cover many different topics where they're not as specialized into each individual topic. So if you just hone in on one smaller niche down topic, you can stand out that you are the expert of that topic. And our 4th most important example is you'll increase profits. When you start to niche down, you'll be able to get customers to spend more money on your brand since they see you as that authoritative industry expert. They'd rather just keep buying from you time and time again rather than spread their money out across multiple brands. For example, Nike's a good example. People get real loyal to Nike and they start spending on only Nike products. They don't go buy Reebok, they don't go buy Adidas. And so Nike benefits that they niched down and got real specific on a certain customer group who only comes to Nike for their needs. All right, so now that we've talked about what a niche is and the importance of niching down within a bigger industry to get a more specific targeted audience, let's next talk about how to come up with your niche. So there are 2 questions you want to ask. The first question is, what types of things are you interested in? What are your passions? What are your hobbies? What do you have knowledge of that the average person might not have as much knowledge of compared to you? For me, for example, this was golf. Golf was something I knew really well. I was really good at it. It's a skill sport. And I was scoring really low golf scores that most people dream of scoring. So I knew that I had that competitive edge, that I was above average, that I knew golf really well, and that I could teach it to other people and help them get better at playing golf. And not only did I have the expertise about golf, it was something I was passionate about. It's something that interests me. So again, that's where you need to start by analyzing what things are you passionate about, what are your interests. So what I'd recommend doing is pull out a Microsoft Word doc or get on Google Docs and just start doing a brain dump. Start thinking of all of your different interests, all of your hobbies, and just list them out. And then you can go one by one through each answer that you wrote down, and you can do further research on it to see if it would make sense as a good business to be in for selling digital products. So that's where question number 2 comes in. So question number 1 was, what are your interests? What are your hobbies? Question number 2 is there demand for this niche? So this is where you want to do research to see who your competitors are, who's already in the space that you're trying to get into, and see if they're having success already in the space. If you can find proven examples of other competitors who are doing well and making a lot of money in the space, then it shows that there is opportunity for you to carve your space in this niche as well. So what are some ways to do research on a specific niche? Well, first you can get on Pinterest. It's free to create a Pinterest account if you don't have one. For those of you that do have it, you probably already know how powerful Pinterest is using the search feature. So you go find the search bar, type in whatever topic or niche you're interested in, and it'll pull up tons of different pins that people have posted related to that topic. So you can start scrolling through, reading the different pins to see if any of the titles of these pins catch your attention. You can click on them and it'll open up to a website or a blog article where you can begin reading and learning more about that topic. And this is how you can start exploring your competitors to see what kinds of topics they're talking about, how are they attracting an audience to their brand. So you can do a lot of research on Pinterest. In addition, you can also hop on TikTok, Instagram, or join Facebook groups to get further insight on where your target audience is hanging out, what kinds of content's being posted in your industry, in your niche, so that you can start to figure out what kinds of content you want to create and what kinds of products you can create to sell to your audience. All right, so at this point, you've jotted down a list of interests, of hobbies that you have that you could possibly see yourself going into as a business model. Then you've done research to figure out which of these seems like it's going to be the best niche to be in. So once you've chosen your niche, now it's time to start thinking about what am I going to sell? How am I going to make money in this niche so that we can start seeing if there's potential for this to be a good business to be in? So now what we're going to do is we're going to start thinking about people's problems. What are problems that maybe you've already faced from personal experience? What are new problems that you haven't faced but that you can relate to, you can think up that other people are probably going through? And then thirdly, joining a Facebook group around your niche, for example. Anytime you join these support communities like a Facebook group, you're going to find people who are posting every single day in these Facebook groups different questions, different problems that they're going through. And this can be valuable information to give you ideas of what your audience is potentially facing, what issues they're having. And this will give you ideas then of what product you can create that's going to solve their problems. So again, sticking with like the mom niche, which is really popular these days, if you are a mom trying to balance raising your kids and also trying to balance your career, your job, maybe there's a bunch of different problems that could be explored here, and you could come up with different solutions to try to help working moms who need help managing the day-to-day of balancing work life, managing their relationship with their husband, and then managing their time raising their kids. So there's a lot of factors for a working mom who's busy to try to manage and balance. I'm sure she's got lots of problems that she faces on a weekly basis. So again, if you're in this niche, you could come up with some sort of digital product, maybe an organizer or a schedule planner or a training course, something you can think of that could help working moms solve different problems that they're facing. And again, if you're a working mom, maybe you have personal experience, you've gone through things before, and you understand and can relate and can create something that's going to help solve a problem for other moms that you've already solved in your own life. Now, let's talk about how long it should take to pick a niche. So I don't want you to get stuck up spending weeks or even months trying to pick a niche. This should be something relatively simple that you get started with pretty quickly. If you are one of those people that's going to overanalyze and take forever to make a decision, then that's just going to hold you back. It's going to be a setback. So that's a hurdle you've got to work to overcome. So again, I think by doing research, by getting out there on Pinterest, getting out there on YouTube, joining Facebook groups, I think just doing research is going to open you up to a world of ideas, and it's going to get your brain going. And again, make sure you have that Word doc handy so you can write down notes. You can dump your brain on a notepad, especially at night before bed. It's important to dump your brain, get all your thoughts out. That way you can remember where to pick up in the morning, and this will help you get to sleep easier, because as you start catching the entrepreneur bug of wanting to create your digital product, you're going to find that it's very difficult if you're really passionate about it to fall asleep at night, because your brain's just going to be churning with a million thoughts. So again, anytime you're doing research, jot down notes. Anytime you're laying there in bed and you've got random thoughts that pop up, get up, drop those notes in a brain dump. and then you can go back in the morning and revisit that. So again, doing research will help you get unstuck. It'll help you get a clear vision on where you want to take your business, what niche you want to get into, and it should be a relatively stress-free decision. And there's always, second chances. If you pick a niche and it doesn't seem like it's working out for you, you can start over, you can scratch it, and you can get into a different niche. Don't feel like you're stressed that you're stuck in one niche. You can test it. If it doesn't work, if your test comes back showing that there's not that much success here, you can always switch and get into a different niche later on. So don't feel like, again, you're pressured to, make the perfect decision right now. Just take action, get started. Don't hold back and let yourself get sidetracked for several months where you're overanalyzing and you're overthinking it. And then as you get down the road, you've picked your niche, you've done your research on problems, you started brainstorming product ideas to sell as a digital product. Then you can start validating those products by reaching out to your target audience, getting feedback from them, even offering free trials of your product to people so they can run through it. They can then give you feedback how good your product is, what you can tweak, what changes to make it even better. Again, this is another step where people take forever to launch a product because they're trying to be way too perfect with it. But if it's important just to get it started, get it completed with an initial rough draft, and understand you're going to come back and make revisions down the road. Don't try to hold off and make it super perfect right away. As you release it and you have audience that goes through it and tries it and tests it, you're going to get feedback. You're going to be able to go back, refine it, give it version 2, version 3, version 4, and it'll evolve over time until it turns into a really good product. All right, so that's the core of this video, teaching you what a niche is, how to get started, answering a couple core questions to figure out what niche you want to get into, how to research a niche to see if there's demand, if it's the possibility that you're going to make money selling digital products there, and then how to validate those digital products. So with that being said, as promised, I'm going to go into a little bit now of a case study of my own digital business. So as you're going to see on this channel, I have lots of different videos coming your way showing you steps of different parts of my business. But today, let's talk about how I created these digital products in the golf space. This is one of the niches I'm in. I'm also in other niches because I made a top 5 list of my passions, and I can't just focus on one thing. I'm one of those people that I enjoy other niches so much, camera equipment, traveling, real estate investing. I have other passions outside of just golf that I wanted to explore. So I got really good at getting my business going in the golf space first, and then I evolved into other niches later. You don't want to get spread out too thin early on trying to manage multiple niches. Just focus on one to begin with, and then branch out later on if you have other passions to explore. So that's what I did. I started with the golf space. I built products starting 10 years ago in 2014, and now here we are, 2024. I've done hundreds of thousands of dollars in product sales, and these products, some of them have sold $50,000, some have sold $20,000, some have sold over $100,000. So I've got different products that have sold different amounts of sales, and collectively it's provided me with a healthy monthly income that I can live off of just by selling these digital products. And it's all pretty automated. So in the golf space, people get on, they want to learn about golf, so they're typing things into Google. That gets them to one of my blog articles. They read my blog article. They find valuable information in the blog article. And then my blog pitches that next step. It says, hey, if you like the content in this article, go check out this product that I created. It's the next step to helping you become a better golfer. So then they get to the sales page of that product. They read all about the benefits they're going to get from that product, all the problems it's going to solve for them, and then they purchase that product. And I've just repeated this over and over and over for thousands and thousands of customers, and it's all been automated thanks to traffic coming to my website from Google, and then having sales pages, website pages, checkout systems, all these different systems automated already so that it can handle everything for me. So all I have to do is spend my time brainstorming new content ideas and new product ideas that I can focus creativity on, and building these products, building these pieces of content, while my existing system is just cycling traffic through it, converting readers into customers. So again, we're going to teach you step by step how to do that by subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is free content I'm giving away for free. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and watch these videos in the future. So with my business in the golf space, I got started picking my niche, which was golf, Golf's a huge industry. There's billions of dollars of revenue spent in the golf industry each year. So it already answered my question, is there demand? Yes. Golf is a huge industry. Number two, am I passionate about it? Yes, I love golf. It's one of my favorite things to do when I have free time, and I'm also really good at it, so I have an edge already. I already have more expertise, so I can say I'm qualified to teach a beginner. So that's one of the questions you want to think about. You might think, I'm not an expert on a topic, but if you can say, hey, I know more than the average person, or hey, I know more than a beginner does, well, then that makes you qualified to be a teacher. Now it's your turn to teach what you know to someone else who doesn't have as much knowledge or experience. So that makes you qualified, and that makes you a person that they're going to want to learn from. So you need to start reframing your mindset. Yes, I can do this. I am good enough, instead of having doubts that you're not an expert, that you're not good enough. Otherwise, you'll never get started. And over time, you're going to evolve into that expert anyways, from all the research you do, from all the content you create, from all the products you create, from feedback you get from customers. You're going to evolve naturally into an expert. And then down the road, you can actually say, hey, I'm one of the best in the industry. But you never will get to that point if you don't actually start today. So don't let those fears, don't let negative thoughts hold you back. So that's what I had to overcome, my first stages of getting into golf. I knew I was an expert. I knew a lot about golf. So I started creating products in the golf space. Again, built a website, ended up creating lots of blog articles, eventually started getting traffic from Google. I built a social media following, but I didn't really use social media to send traffic to my website as much. It was a little bit of a provider of traffic, but I can't really say I have had that many sales come from social media. So don't worry if you don't have a large social media audience. That's not one of the things you have to be successful. You can generate traffic from many different sources, websites, social media. You can pay for traffic by advertising, and you can get organic traffic from referrals. So if you build a network, if you get out there and collab with other creators, other audiences, you can get in front of, there's ways to cross promote with other people in your industry so that you guys can maybe do like a podcast together, so you can get exposure to their audience, then they can come on your podcast, get exposure to your audience. So again, there's many different ways to get out there, build an audience, and grow traffic to your products. It's not just about having a big social media following. So with that being said, the golf space, that's where I got started. That's how I built my traffic through Google, and I expanded over time, working out on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, trying to get on different platforms to get out there. But Google was the main focus, SEO, getting my blog posts search engine optimized so that I could get found from people searching golf topics on Google. And as the years have gone on, I've seen success in the niche of golf, and that showed me that I picked a good niche and I've been able to stick with it, continue to get better and better and better. And now I've gotten to the point that I've built a six-figure business in the golf space, and that's given me the confidence to take what I've learned and start applying that to other niches that I'm passionate about. So then I started getting into the real estate niche, sharing all the experience I've had from renovating rental properties, fixing and flipping houses over these last 10 years. So I've gained a lot of knowledge in real estate investing, and now I'm trying to start that niche as well, getting that going, sharing all the things that I know about investing my money, growing, building my net worth in the personal finance space. So if you're interested in personal finance, you can also search Nick Foy Finance on either TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and you'll find my other channel in the finance space. That's going to conclude today's video on how to pick a niche and all the things to know about niches for online marketing, online businesses, creating digital products. If you gain value from this video, please hit the thumbs up button to help us in the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel so you get notified of our next video. See you soon.